it takes about one person to dismiss me or make fun of me for me to say, okay, watch. Watch. You want to crush my dream, you want to dismiss it because you dismiss your own dreams? Check this out, you know? And I got into Harvard. And then when I was going to go to Harvard, I got really scared because, again, it was like a whole thing like being a sophomore at the speech tournament. I thought there's no way I can compete, you know? Here are these kids going to these high schools, these private high schools in New Hampshire, Massachusetts that are 300 years old, that cost 50 grand a year to go to. I can't compete. And my teacher, Chuck Talley, who recently retired, who was just an amazing teacher, he said the same thing that Steve Maddox said, like, why not? You've read all the same books they've read. You've worked as hard as they have. You probably have skills and qualities that some people don't have, and they probably have some you don't have. And, so I always think that life is kind of like this weird series. I don't know if anyone can relate, but when you're going to elementary school, did you guys all go to like Pienza and Hedrick and all those schools? And then so you're kind of bouncing around, and you always glance over the fence to where the junior high school is. It's a little bit ominous. You're like, oh my God, what's that going to be like next year? And life is always like there's this thing that's in front of you that seems a little overwhelming, that's kind of mysterious. And the thing is, it's just another place to go and to thrive and not be afraid of. I didn't want to become an actor. That wasn't my thing. I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to become. What really changed things for me in my high school career was I went to this thing called Boys State, the summer between junior and senior year, this thing that the American Legion runs, and Bill Clinton had gone when he was in high school. There's kind of a famous photo of him meeting John F. Kennedy when he was in high school, and I went to this thing, and I ran for president of it because, why not? You can run for something, and I was elected president of that, and after that, kind of like all of my potential for where I wanted to go to college and everything just opened up. And I thought, I'll probably get into politics and maybe international relations or something. But I had taken, I'd done drama with Mrs. Johnson over at Centro, who was a really great woman. And let me just say this to all of you too. It's like, what I love about Centro is it's tough. When you read the newspapers that it's absolutely #1 ground zero of the recession, when people say, let's paint a portrait of how hard this economic downturn's been on America, let's go to El Centro to take a look. It's always been tough. And in the middle of this really tough place are all these really cool people who come into your life, and sometimes when you're kind of down, there's going to be 90 people who can tell you that you can't do what you want to do, and don't waste their time, or I used to dream, but then the world stomped on it. But there's always going to be a few adults who are like, it's okay. It's okay to dream big, and it's okay to go for what you want to go for. I'm an actor from El Centro, but so is Ken Howard, and he's president of the Screen Actors Guild right now.